Good morning, children. Let us begin with Standard 4, English, Unit 6, poem Hayavata. So let us enjoy this poem. The name of the poem is Hayavata. Hayavata was a young red Indian boy. He lived with his old grandmother, Nokomis, in a wigwam. Nokomis taught Hayavata about the wonders around them. She told him about the stars, the trees, the insects, the birds, the animals, and many other things. Hayavata grew up to love them all. He could talk to the birds and the animals, and they to him. So, this is a poem about a red Indian boy whose name was Hayavata. He lived with his grandmother, and his grandmother's name was Nokomis, and they lived in a wigwam, that is a hut or a tent. The red Indians, as you can see in the picture at the back, that is the tent, and it is called a wigwam. Now his grandmother taught Hayavata about all the wonders of the world that are around us, all that we are God gifted, and we have the wonders like trees and birds and animals. About all that she taught him, and she taught him about the insects and stars and everything that are around us. And Hayavata, he started loving all of these lovely wonders of our world that are God gifted to us. He started loving them. He started loving the birds. He started loving the animals. And he could talk to them, and even the birds and animals could talk to him. So now let us learn how he communicated and how the birds, how did he know, what he knew about the birds and animals, and what he considered them as. So let us read the poem. Then the little Hayavata learned of every bird its language, learned their names and all their secrets, how they built their nest in summer, where they hid themselves in winter, talked with them whenever he met them, called them Hayavata's chickens. So the grandmother taught him all about the birds and animals. So Hayavata started learning about the language of the birds. All birds have different languages. They communicate with each other in different ways. So he learned the names of all the different birds, and he learned about their secrets. Now we all human beings have secrets. In the same way, even the birds have secrets. What secrets he learned about? He learned that how they built their nests in summer, then where they used to hide all their food, and where they hide themselves in winter. Some birds, they are seen only in the summers and they hide themselves in the winter. Some are seen in the winter and they hide themselves in the summer. So he used to find out that where they hide themselves in these seasons, and he talked to them, and even the birds used to talk to Hayavata, and he called them his chickens. He used to call them Hayavata's chickens. The birds he used to address as his chickens. He used to consider them as their family members, because he was learning the language and they used to talk to him, and he also used to talk to them. Of all beasts, he learned the language, learned their names and all their secrets. How the beavers built their lodges, where the squirrels hid their acorns. How the reindeer ran so swiftly, why the rabbit was so timid. Talked with them whenever he met them, called them Hayavata's brothers. This poem is written by H.W. Longfellow. Now he again learned the language of the beast. Now the beast over here are animals. In the first paragraph he learned the language of the birds. Now he learned the language of the beast. Again he learned their names and all their secrets. What secrets? About the beaver, that where did they build their lodges, where they built their homes. where the squirrels used to hide their fruits, then how the reindeer it runs so swiftly. So all these secrets he was learning about them. And about the rabbit, it is a very timid animal, why it is so weak and afraid of the others. So all such secrets he learned about the animals. And he used to talk to the beast, the animals, and even the animals used to talk to him. And now he used to call them his brothers. He used to call these animals his brothers. Why? Because he considered them as his family members, because he was very acquainted with all the birds and animals. So here you can see this boy who is Hayavata. He is an Red Indian boy and he loves all the birds and animals. And here we have few new words which are wigwam, beavers, acrons, reindeer and timid. So come on now, let us do the meanings of these new words. The first meaning is wigwam, hut or tent. Second, beavers, a rodent. A rodent is, for example, these are animals, the small ones like squirrels which gnaw and they eat. They are called rodents. Third, akron, the fruit of an oak tree. Fourth, reindeer, a horned animal. It is same like a deer, but a reindeer has big horns on its head. Fifth, timid, showing lack of courage, or we can also say a weak. A weak person, we say it is timid. Now let us start with the textual question answers. Your first question is, who was Hayavata? Your answer 1 is, Hayavata was a young Red Indian boy. I repeat, Hayavata was a young Red Indian boy. Question 2, who was Nokomis? Your answer is, Nokomis was Hayavata's old grandmother. I repeat, Nokomis was Hayavata's old grandmother. Question 3. What did he learn about the birds? Answer 3. Hayavata learned the language of the birds. Due to this, he learned many things such as 1. Their names and secrets. 2. How they built their nest in summer. 3. Where they hid themselves in winter. I repeat, Hayavata learned the language of the birds. Due to this, he learned many things such as 1. Their names and secrets. 2. How they built their nest in summer. 3. Where they hid themselves in winter. Question 4. What secrets did he learn about the beasts? Answer 4. Hayavata learned the language of the beast. Due to this, he learned many things about the beasts such as, first, their names and secrets. Second, how beavers built their lodges. Third, where the squirrels hid their acorns. Fourth, how the reindeer ran so swiftly. Fifth, why was the rabbit so timid? I repeat, Hayavata learned the language of beasts. Due to this, he learned many things about the beast, such as their names and secrets. Second, how beavers built their lodges. Third, where the squirrels hid their acorns. Fourth, how the reindeer ran so swiftly. Fifth, why was the rabbit so timid? Question 5. Hayavata liked learning new languages? So your answer will be yes. Hayavata liked learning new languages. Your sixth question. Hayvata called the birds chicken and beast brothers. What do you think this shows? Your answer 6 is, this shows that Hayvata was kind and loving towards birds and beasts. He considered them his family members. I repeat, this shows that Hayvata was kind and loving towards birds and beasts. He considered them his family members. Question 7. Do birds have secrets? Your answer is yes, birds do have secrets. Question 8. Where do the following live? Your first one, birds live in, correct, nest. So your answer will be birds live in nests. Your second one, rabbits live in burrow, correct. So your answer you write, rabbits live in burrows. Third one, beavers live in. Your answer will be, beavers live in lodges made in ponds. Question 9. Describe Hayvata, his home and friends in 10 lines. So your answer will be, Hayvata was a young little red Indian boy. The second point, he lived in a wigwam. Third, he used to live with his grandmother called Nokomis. Fourth, he was kind and loving by nature. Fifth, he learned the languages of birds and beasts. Sixth, Hayvata used to talk to the birds and animals whenever they met. Seventh, he called the birds Hayvata's chickens. Eighth, among all the beasts, beavers, squirrels, reindeer and rabbits were his best friends. Ninth, he came to know their names and all their secrets. And the 10th one is, Hayvata used to call beasts his brothers. So these are the 10 sentences about Hayvata, his home and friends. So now let us do some textual exercises. Here we need to match the column A with B and complete the sentences. So we can see that A has whenever, whoever, wherever, and B, I go, I have friends, I am hungry, I eat, and comes first wins. So now let us match the following. So the sentences when we join and match will be, the first one, whenever I am hungry, I eat. The second one, whoever comes first wins. And the third one, wherever I go, I have friends. So now let us start with the next exercise. We need to complete the following sentences of the stories by using an appropriate word from the given box. And we are given my, his, he and your. And now we need to complete the following stories with these 4 words. So come on, let's begin. Ram was a farmer. He wanted to sell his goats and sheep, so he went to the market. There he sold all his animals to a rich man and got a lot of money. When he was coming back to his village, 3 thieves stopped him. Stop, give us all your money. Ram was very clever. He said, I'll give my money to the strongest of you. On hearing this, the thieves started fighting amongst themselves. Ram slipped away quietly. So here in the picture you can see that Ram is running away with his money and all the thieves are fighting among themselves. Now the next story, we have the picture and again we need to fill it with he, him, his or your. So let's begin. Sitting on a tree, a crow was enjoying a piece of bread. A hungry fox wanted to have that bread. He said very sweetly, "Dear brother, I've heard that your voice is very sweet. Please sing a song for me." The foolish crow opened his beak and the piece of bread fell down. The fox picked it up in his mouth and ran away. Let us begin with the next exercise. Some words have similar sounds but different meanings. Choose the correct word from the box and fill in the blanks. Children, we call these words homophones. Homophones are what? There are different words which sound the same but their meanings are different. So come on now, let us choose and fill in the blanks. Your first one, the bird sits on a dash. And in the bracket it is given bow or bow. Now the first bow is to bend with respect and the second B-O-U-G-H is the full, the tree spreads and they are sitting on the branches of the trees. So the correct answer is B-O-U-G-H. The birds sit on a bough. Second one, the squirrel has a long dash. And in the bracket it is given T-A-I-L tail or T-A-L-E tail. The first one is your right answer, that is tail. T-A-I-L. And the second one is a story, a short story, we say it is called a tale. The spelling is T-A-L-E. The third one, I have to leave at dash. And your choice is T-O-O-2 or T-W-O-2. So the number 2 is right, T-W-O. The fourth one, this sum is R-I-G-H-T, write. And the next W-R-I-T is to write something. Then E, I can dash the bird's song. Hear. H-E-A-R is to listen and H-E-R-E is to come here. F, do you know a secret? No means K-N-O-W, means kuch janna, and N-O means a negative answer. G, the king sits on the dash. Throne. Throne is the Sihasan, that is T-H-R-O-N-E. And T-H-R-O-W-N is the past tense of something to throw. H, he is our school dash. And your options are principal, principal. The first principal is right, that is P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L. And P-R-I-C-I-P-L-E, principles are certain rules that we need to follow. So dear children, I hope you have understood this poem and the question answers and all the exercises. So now you need to write this poem very neatly in your English notebook once and then start with the meanings and question answers. And all the textual exercises which has place in the text itself, you can write it in your textbook. But remember to write neatly. So thank you and have a very nice day.